Mothers are some of the unhappiest people in the world, and I don't think it was out of line of Chapel Roan to point this out. She was merely seeing in her own friend group something that has been well studied for decades among people suffering under modern capitalist patriarchy. But the mothers out there who are acting like they've copped a stray bullet by having this pointed out are just failing to see the real villain in this situation, which is exactly how the villain has set it up to work. Mothers are not unhappy because of some innate biological trait of womanhood or some failure in their ability to be good mothers. It's the result of complex and very deliberate systems designed to exploit women's time, bodies, and labour. So what do I mean by this? The relentless load of unpaid labour at home, losing financial independence and career opportunities by taking time out of the workforce to be the primary caregiver because the other partner in their home cannot or will not become a primary caregiver, and a lack of physical and emotional support after giving birth. That's inadequate support for postpartum depression and inadequate support for things like pelvic floor injury and other conditions. These issues are not accidental, they're systemic in a society that is set up to use women's bodies to produce labour and then discard them. Women also face a great deal of discrimination in the workplace simply because they are mothers in ways that men don't. In fact, there is such a thing as the motherhood penalty for women in the workplace, and it is balanced out by something called the fatherhood bonus, where women's wages drop by up to 10% for every child they have, and that is a lifelong wage drop, whereas men experience increases in their salaries through having children. Society is willing to celebrate mothers and fantasize about the angelic state of motherhood until mothers actually need help and support. Breastfeeding struggles, physical recovery, emotional support, support with domestic labour, support to maintain your career, you can forget about it. And if you complain, you will be labelled ungrateful or weak or a bad mother. And a bad participant in society. Again, that's deliberate. So the fact that anyone becomes a mother under patriarchy is so hardcore and metal and admirable, but it is absolute head in the sand nonsense to pretend like everybody is having a flowers and roses time of it when the system is deliberately set up to exploit women while they are in a state of parenthood.